Time to send the data. Actually, you know what? Let's save that for next time. And we're back. And it's time to hopefully finish off this game with the last of the DLC, since I don't have to work tomorrow. Starting the last DLC installment. Can we save the hub from the flux? Yep. Let's do it. Data set, the only thing to do is wait. As you do, you imagine Helene receiving the data, perhaps in the middle of some Havenage Council meeting. You think of her trembling hand as she slips out of the room to read it. That reaction you can't predict. You imagine Sol, too, one of the crew finding him in some corner of the Pilgrim scene, overseeing the modifications that will turn it into an arc. Those sharp eyes getting the data, looking for a way to proceed. The wait draws out, and you pass time you watch the activity beyond the edge of the eye. The scrap shuttles blowing components from the now abandoned cordon, and the supply skiffs making runs between the ships. It's not long before you hear the chirping of one of Helene's now familiar drones approaching the viewing platform. Helene herself strides into the room. Where did you get this, sleeper? Helene holds up a slate, swollen with streams of flux data shaders. I need to know your source. Hello to you too. Friend. Another friend, sleeper, but I need this data authenticated. I can't just... She pauses and pushes her hair back out of her face. It's a lot to take in. A shadow protocol inside the flux? Can channel starting up? A total collapse of the eye? During this council, they'll... What's happening with Havenage, sleeper? Since refugee ships started arriving, things have changed. It's chaos. No one can settle a single issue. There are sufficient to revote. But in the division, only one group prospers, the hardliners. It's as every counselor gets tired of the arguments and tired of compromise, they become more attracted to the easy answers. Attila is deflaying, the refugees are opportunists as we defended. And now you're telling me they brought something to the eye that will cause its collapse? They didn't bring it. The flux in the game was part of the carrier way. It doesn't matter, sleeper. That is all the counselors were here. Many of them already presumed the refugees are somehow to blame. Someone say refugees? Sol clanks into docking bay. Grenade situation. Speak of the devil? Well, here I am. His suit hisses as he settles on his cane. Helene glances between the two of you, uncertain as if she has been drawn into some elaborate plan. I love when a plan comes together. Sol. Sol holds out his head to her. Sol, he nods. I believe you've spoken remotely while the court was still up. I said we are all allies here. Promises, didn't it? I trust you, sleeper, but Havenage has been the ones to hold us without charge for good reason. I am not Havenage, she bursts out, without herself. I mean to say is no one person represents Havenage, that's the idea. I did not support the cordon, and I did not support your quarantine. Sol nods. Well then. Sol glances at you. Now, mind if I get myself up to speed here? He pauses, but you get the feeling he isn't expecting an answer. 1. The flux events. The very same destabilizing waves that collapsed the colonies on the moon Ember have reached the station. He holds up a stubby finger. 2. According to data Sigma provided, these events are acting as cover for some kind of intrusive protocol which is causing the real damage. 3. The shadow protocol will do the very same thing it did to Hamper's Song, Step, and Hearth, and quickly. In short, it will shut down everything keeping this place alive. 4. And this is my favorite. No idea who's doing it and what, this and why. Is that all the total of it all? Another flux event coming. Of course there. Soul smiles. Sounds intimidating. You might put up any kind of resistance on Ember's hearth? That's why we are here. The Pilgrim Seed was the biggest ship to make it unscathed. I suppose we didn't have this data, but didn't know it was eating up the systems. We all thought it was the flux. You, Sleeper, and whoever helped you uncover this, might be able to figure out a countermeasure? Try. Not approval. Okay, so that's the start of it. You'll forgive me, but part of why I was able to save as many as I could in Ember's heart was because I gave up hope early. Soul should just wait, his suit hissing. Our endless strategy meets system reboots, tests, and trials. But I just got on with working on the Pilgrim Seed to get people on board. When the second and third and the rest of the Flux events hits, we were ready to go. So I can give you some advice. Miss Not Havenage is to give up that line of thought you have that hope and start the evacuation now. Break this cycle. I've already started the process of converting the remaining volume of the Pilgrim Seed with human habitation. With Havenage resources, I dare say we can finish the job with time to spare. I know it's hard, I know it's sudden, but you have to give up hope. You have to run. There'll be no heroes here. There's those that keep living and those that don't. Eileen looks in silence, making calculations. She looked up at the bulk of Pilgrim Seed, which, in spite of all its vastness, is dwarfed by the eye as a whole. Someone flickers in her eyes. She opens her mouth to speak. She stops, frozen. Let me think. I need a moment. Eileen paces. You watch her. You realize how young she is, and how lost she is in the systems and protocols that navigate. You see how the strings and ties that bind her glinting like webs in the wide space of the observation platform. So here's where I fork the DLC, or the DLC forks. Towards the Shadow Protocol, or turn tail and run. The Flux is going to take out the Sleeper anyway. The Flux doesn't do it. His self-decay will. The only chance he's got, or they have, the only chance the Sleeper has is the spores, the mushrooms on the hub that produce more that will produce more of the stabilizer. That's their only chance of survival. Those are produced by the collective agricultural consciousness. It's their only chance. Their only chance. If they leave, they're going to die. They're going to fall apart. So, from a roleplay standpoint, Sleeper is going to go with purging the Shadow Protocol. The resource, the data you sent me, this thing is shadow, uncontrollable, and traceable. We have like 3 AIs on this damn station. Full contingent of the Haven System Department would require hundreds of work orders being overlooked, maintenance steps abandoned. Even through the Council, would that even be possible? I've got 3 AIs. I've got the InfoSec guy who disabled my tracker. We can work with this. And without them, possible. Things Council, force them to listen, force them to act. You won't both jump as someone clears their throat nearby. Your eyes are at the dark entryway that Helene emerged from just 10 minutes ago. What a cozy little meeting this is. I dare say, it's a very incendiary rhetoric we're using, CountZeroOr. Kemp. Social media is Kane, but others remain still, like a casual observer. Blind table to interloper. Everyone will be so disappointed. Stars Council's high hopes for our youngest member. I, of course, never let novelty distract from the importance of experience. Kemp, enough of this pity shit. You need to see this. The game's over. No more point scoring, no more lobbying. You and your hardlayers need to stop. This is something real. Slate and prods the screen, falling through the flux data. His face betrays nothing, but you see some complex calculation flickering in his sharp eyes. Finished security officers, and they've got the guns. Esh's guns. And they're being used for a coup. Boss XPR logos lit on the barrels. Esh's weapons confiscated by Haven. His smuggling operation gone wrong and now put to use. Camp holds up the slate, and one of the officers takes it and puts it in his pocket in his vest. He smiles at Helene. He follows her eyes to where they're fixed on the matte black barrels of the officer's weapons. Space conversation from the spacers. Your friends. You can't do this. You can't use them. There's enemy evidence that the flotilla has affected the station. Virus, shadow protocol that threatens the life of every Haven instrument. Every person in the eye. This is not the time for half measures. Shift forward without thinking and immediately officers raise their gun. Be very careful here, Helene. I don't think escalating the situation will work in your favor. We're the wrong here. Running against the council, reporting data vital to our work, it's also obvious. You couldn't win power by Haven systems, by our laws, you resort to this. The law is with me, as simple as that, so now you need to come with me. Kemp, I took down the last counselor who was on the wrong side of me. I can do it again. Soul, such a powerful glance. That was the only moment you'll have. Rush him. Tackle him. Let's go off. In this case, that gets me and Soul out. That wasn't part of the plan. Certainly give some life proceedings, though. Are you okay? As okay as usual. Honestly, the sleeper, none of this changes anything for me. The pilgrim seems to be going in a handful of cycles, whether Heaven wants it or not. Heaven wants it or not. Take. We'll know right now. It depends on how the work goes and who wants to come. People won't want to leave their home sleeper, even when death is bearing down on them. You know that too. It's a birth for you, and any you can gather sleeper. That much I owe you. And Helene? Even if she made it out of that, I wouldn't hold much hope of her coming around. She's too tied up in all this, and I won't let her leave even if she wants to. I won't say the same about you, but you have a habit of proving me wrong. I think we better clear out. I'm not sure those officers will come with you. My girl will meet me at the edge of the cordon, so I'm good from here. Oh, and thank you, Sleeper, for saying the data. I appreciate the info. See if it can help us shore up the pilgrim seed against any future flux events. We're leaving as soon as we're able. If you want to help us get there faster, well, you'd be welcome. We had you back on Ember's hearth. Well, just don't keep me waiting. Pause for a moment to let your thoughts catch up. People want to hear about this, so tell them first. Evacuate the eye. So, like it or not, the option is evacuate the eye. There you are. See. As you enter the climbing briar, you immediately jump aside as Ash, slugging a massive crate across cargo bay, pushes it past you, grunting an apology as he does. Alright. Back. As you turn back to the bay, Peak pushes past you. Sorry, Sleeper, just a second. Put that down, please, Ash. You can't leave, not yet. Please, I'm the only one here who can... To do what, Peak? Save this place? Are you still that naive? We are running, Peak. We are running because the thing can't be stopped. Can we stop at XBR, our home? Why would we stay to stop it here? Because we can't, Peak. We give these people a chance. The refugees a chance? No, Peak. This is not on us. We barely made it XBR. I worked for years to escape, and now you want to throw it all away? Leave everything behind. My mother, my friends take out that place. We go. That's the end of it. Peak goes away. You feel unsure what to do, but now you know this is not. You know now this is not time for outside arguments. This is what we do. Sorry to see that, Sleeper. Let's talk upstairs. The entry ladder, taking you to the bay, and the habitation level. Follow them through tight corridors, noticing handwritten notes, clutter, sign, repairs. Here, sit. There's broad mess table with curved couches. You slide it on one side, peeks at top. How do it go? What they say, but what do you all say? Camp. Peek to the trouble as you tell them about the hardline counselor camp sudden appearance, about the XPR boss guns and result of chaos. You admit you don't know what happened. Those are Ash's guns, right? The ones she smuggled out of XPR on the ship? The ones she didn't tell us about? Yeah. Ash. We can't be sure Helene can help us at all. If Camp has taken her, the council looks at you reading darkly, then this is us. What's on us? Sleeper found the weapons you smuggled from XPR. He freezes. He glances at you and peeks as if this might be some elaborate joke. Havenage used them? What happened? Hardliners within the Havenage Council used them against their own members. Good. You know anyone in the corrupt mess deserve what's coming to them, but they should never have laid their hands on their weapons. Those weapons, if I'd have known. I'm sure you've heard enough of this argument this side, Sleeper, but our introductions to those weapons in the situation are not just the reason why we cannot simply run away. Basically, as far as Ash is concerned, the only valid course of action is to run, never stop, never look back, don't get tied down, just don't stop for nothing. Take peek with her, don't let anyone, anything, any connections down, even if it means burning the world for just the two of them. And she's got a bunch of political internal self-justifications to try and justify that. Or ideological self-justifications to help her sleep at night. Suddenly, Shoal peeking fills the room, and Ash pulls out their slate and silence it. As they do, their fingering hovering against the screen, the beeping continues constant pulse. What is it? Peek doesn't seem to hear you. They blink with his eyes on the slate, and let a long exhale on tap the screen. Bleeping shuts off, leaving everything sounds behind. Time to explain. 12 cycles. 12 cycles into the next flux event. And using the rays on the Briar to look towards the system to approximately where the can channel should be. Just this moment, they detect a signal from the inner system. Given the distance and pattern of previous events, we have 12 cycles before it reaches the object. Start now. That's the end of it. If you want to take the Briar and run, Ash, that's on you, but I won't do it. I'll be here, Sleeper, for every cycle it takes trying to find a solution. If you need your help, we will find something. So never plan the better. It takes us 12 cycles to fix this thing, it'll be too late. So we'll keep in touch. Hands me up this thing. And Ash, he says, but she's gone. Storming towards the ship on a path to who knows where. No experience is possible to outrun your fears, but Ash will try anyway. Pete rubs their red eyes, Seraph and Ash. Pete will take them before we start. See you back here soon, okay? I slip from the room in the corridor. Peek's quiet sobs about carrying the ship behind you as you. That's what I needed to know. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please like and subscribe. And also consider backing my Patreon. Patreon backers get episodes up to 1 week early of this show and any future Let's Plays. Also, please consider backing my Ko-fi. Toss me a few bucks also helps support the show, and it's not a monthly obligation or anything like that.